Hello students, in yesterday's class we discussed about context of macroeconomics. In that already we discussed households and firms. As you know that households means a single individual who takes decisions relating to his own consumption. That means households are the owners of the factors of production. Households are the owners of the factors of production. The factors are land, labor, capital, organization. Households consist of people. These people work in firms as workers and earn wages, and also they save the money and they pay taxes to the government. And also we discussed about firms. Firms means the production units will be called firms. The production units will be called firms. So in a firm, the entrepreneur like organizer hires wage labor. Wage labor, you know that very well. The labor which is sold and purchased against wages. The labor which is sold and purchased against wages is called as wage labor. So first the organizer work is organization, that is combining the three factors of production: land, labor, capital, these three, land, labor, capital, these three should combine at a place. So using these three inputs, it should be produce goods and services. That is organizer's work. So what he has produced, the same thing sell into the market and earn profit. Out of the profit, he has to distribute. Using of land, that should be rent, and using of labor should be provide wages. Using of capital should provide interest. Remaining what he has, that is called profit. So next, another important context of macroeconomics or major sector of macroeconomics, that is government. Government is playing very important role in both developing and developed countries, because government providing all the facilities to the people. So government, it can do very important work, that is collecting revenue and providing basic facilities. Collecting revenue means receiving money in the name of tax, and the same money government utilizing or spending on welfare of the people. How? Providing basic facilities like water, shelter, food, education, transportation, banking. So like this, everything provided by the government. So that's why government is playing very important role in both developed and developing countries. See, the government here, it's called as state. The government is called as state. So it includes the framing laws. Framing laws means that is rules and regulations, that is law and order, and enforcing them, and delivering justice. Delivering means that is what the government introducing rules and regulation, everyone should follow that one. That means there is no discrimination. The rules, it's same for each and everyone. Everyone should follow that one. So government introducing rules and regulations should do like this, should not be like this. This is good, this is bad, like this. So the government here undertakes the production. State is nothing but government only. So here, apart from imposing taxes, government imposing means that is fixing the tax rate. You know that very well. Tax is compulsory payment made by the people to the government without expecting any direct returns. Once again, tax is a compulsory payment made by the people. Tax is a compulsory payment made by the people to the government without expecting any direct returns. Okay, we will discuss later about this deeply. Okay, so here state is nothing but government. Government undertakes production. Apart from imposing taxes and spending money. So government is receiving the money from the public in the name of tax. The same money they are using what purpose? to produce goods and services and provide basic facilities to the people what they are expecting to each and everyone, because in our country so many are poor people are there. So to provide basic facilities for them, and they're providing basic facilities like food grains through public distribution system, otherwise fair price shops. So the present situation, up to November, the government has decided to provide free basic food grains through the public distribution system or fair price shops. So the government collecting the taxes and spending money. What purpose? That is building public infrastructure. Public infrastructure means what the people are need. That is water, shelter, education, employment, health, okay, transportation, then banking, like this. What the people are need, the provided by the government, and also running schools, because each and everyone should become educated. Okay, for that sake, government schools are there, and colleges. The government also introduced free and compulsory education up to 14 years. Free and compulsory education. Our purpose to increase the literacy rate. So running schools, colleges, and also providing a healthcare services. The present situation is very important, given to the health facilities, the present situation. So here the government undertakes the production apart from imposing taxes and spending money on building public infrastructure, running schools, colleges, healthcare facilities, transportation, banking, so water, shelter, food, everything provided by the government. That's why without government also we cannot run the economy. So government, it's playing very important role in both developed and developing countries. How? Framing laws, introducing rules and regulations, and maintaining law and order, and enforcing them, and delivering justice. Each and everyone should get the justice without any discrimination. So this is the role of the government under the major sectors. So another important fourth major sector, that is external sector. External sector means, that is, we can say like that, fourth important sector in our study, like fourth important sector under the major sector. So here the trade with the external sector can be divided into two kinds. One is exports, another one is imports. So why should we discuss about this? Because to develop the country we need all the facility, all the natural resources, but the present condition, so each and every country cannot produce all the goods and services. So that time, so which are the need, that type of goods and services they are receiving from other country, and other countries what they are expecting, they can also purchase from our country. So that is only what they are maintaining, the method that is called trade or external sector. So here very important thing is export and import. So what is the meaning of export? Because why we are introducing this? Because all the countries not possible to produce all goods and services. Few countries only, like especially all countries cannot produce. So in this situation, so the domestic country may sell goods and services to the rest of the world, that is called as export. Say once again, the domestic country may sell goods. The domestic country may sell goods to the rest of the world. These are called exports. So when we are selling to other countries, when we are selling goods and services to other countries, that is called as exports. As the economy may also buy goods from the rest of the world. When our country purchase goods from other countries to our country. When our country purchasing goods and services from other country to our country, that is called as import. See, the domestic country may sell goods to the rest of the world. The domestic country may sell goods to the rest of the world. That is, the domestic country sell goods and services to the other countries. That is called exports. And the domestic country buy goods and services from the rest of the world, like other countries. That is called imports. So using this also, we can develop the country. So what the people are expecting, we cannot produce all goods and services. That time, to fulfill their needs and to provide satisfaction to them, that time we should purchase goods and services from other country. So that is called import. And when other countries also need our country goods and services, that time we are selling to other countries. That time, that is called as export. Okay, up to this context of macroeconomics, very important 4 topics. First one, household. Second one, firms. Third one, government. Fourth one, external sector. 4 pillars of an economy, we can call like that, 4 pillars of the economy. So up to this context of macroeconomics are major sectors of an economy. Okay, so remaining there is one topic under this chapter, that is differences between micro and macro, already explained in microeconomics. Once again I will explain in next class. Thank you.